Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
By FiberHawk, fast, affordable FiberHawk.
By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
Welcome back to Case Arena, one final time here today on the ISC Sports Network. It is the championship round now of the Clinton County Alumni game. Frankfort versus Clinton Prairie. And these two teams, Laura, this might be a really good one.
It might. I think Frankfort has probably the better offense, but Prairie has the better defense. So I think it's going to be one of those battles.
Little back and forth action. We saw Frankfort really kind of overmatched for Clinton Central in game number one of the alumni tournament. They were able to take both of those games pretty convincingly, 25-7, 25-15. Clinton Prairie and Rossville was much more competitive early. However, they were able to pull away towards the end of those affairs as well and go on large runs. They won 25-17, 25-14. Over in the auxiliary gym now, Rossville and Clinton Central will play each other for third and fourth place. The championship game right here live on ISC, cooperation with Hot Dog TV. Again, special thanks to all the students working behind the scenes today, to Richard Salee, new athletic director Jeff Irwin, and everyone behind the scenes, including Kathy Martin and others who, Kia Rushton, I know that helped organize this event. Reach out to the alumni and get everybody here today. Little rock, paper, scissors action maybe for who's serving first. Is that what we just did there?
We did, and scissors wins, so Clinton Prairie gets the serve. Kathy Martin will start serving out for the Gophers. She did point out to us that she was not supposed to be playing today, so I think they did not have a setter, so she is playing whether she wanted to or not.
And the first serve into the net there. Well, now we saw her in between working that shoulder a little bit. You said she's been hampered by a shoulder injury for a few years now.
Yeah, years. And, you know, we tape it every single day so she can go and practice. So I'm sure it's taped today, but I'm sure she really wasn't ready to play at this level and for 2 straight matches.
Going back across, and it'll be wide of the court. So 1-1. Early tie here from Case Arena. I love all the updates and the freshness here in this facility. They got a new floor. A year or two ago, the paint's all fresh and new.
Yeah, Case Arena is amazing. It's a great venue for all sports that are indoors. I love it. It's very hard for in volleyball when you aren't used to an arena. So the ceiling depth throws you off a little bit. It takes you a few times to get situated. We notice a lot when we're commentating the games. The hitting is different, right? Yeah. And the sets seem to be going, you know, a mile in the air because it just throws off your depth perception. But they quickly adjust. I remember even when I played for Clinton Prairie, we back then had the main gym, which had the shortest ceiling probably in all high school gyms, and then you'd come to Case, which was huge, and that difference in that change in depth perception was very, very hard to get used to at first.
3-2 early lead here for the Gophers. It'll be Hannah Castillo back to serve. (2009) grad from Clinton Prairie, a massage therapist now. Light hits that one back. Macy Matthews there. Timmons on the set.
Nice hit by Mulvaney.
Mulvaney drives it home. I want to thank all who've tuned in today to watch the alumni tournament here with us on ISC. Nice hit there. Roberts couldn't keep it alive.
Mulvaney's really done a nice job at the net today. She's been very active, hands on some blocks, hitting well, playing great defense off the ball. She's been a game changer for the Gophers, I feel.
Yeah, Jade, another one of those. She was a standout in her time at Clinton Prairie and then went on to play collegiately. Had a nice college volleyball career.
I feel like she hasn't missed a beat here.
Castillo, that one a little long. And the fun part about Case Arena is once it leaves the arena, it's open all the way around, and it's kind of unlevel flooring, so that thing may roll a mile. It looks like they tracked it down pretty quickly.
Thank goodness for the young line judge, right?
That was Timmons on the serve. Coach Martin unable to pass that one back to a teammate.
That was a tough one. A little bullet of a pass. Those are rough.
You know, the one thing I will say is, as bad as Kathy's shoulder may hurt at the end of this one, I think her stomach's going to be as bad because she has laughed all day long.
She has.
She has been in a belly roll laugh all day long.
You know, she's either coached them or coached against or played with most of the people on the floor on one side or the other of the net. So that is a good time.
Hot Dogs with a free ball opportunity.
When we did the Hall of Fame induction at Clinton Prairie last year, the year before, it was just so fun to see all those players that you played with, the players you coached, and, you know, just see where they are in life again. You know, you make strong connections with those people that you spend more time with than your family during those seasons, you know.
I love the Hall of Fame recognition that the schools are starting to do now. They've made it more of a focus. I know, especially here at Frankfort, you know, within the last 5 or 10 years it's kind of been implemented, and they've gone back and they've had to kind of go through the history books, right, and find the who's who, and well-deserved honors for sure. And I know someone that was inducted in this year was one of my favorite teachers back in high school, Mrs. Janet Priest, and she has given so much to the musical community, both in Clinton and Tippecanoe County, and she was just awesome. So I'm glad to see her get into the Frankfort Hall of Fame.
Oh, somebody took that net down. We don't have anybody confessing, and it's a no call.
Martin sets lane.
Nice block by Nance.
Nance making her presence felt.
Oh, that's tight.
Mulvaney unable to get to that one. Back and forth seesaw battle. Exactly what we thought we might get here.
Nice hit by Castillo.
Timmons couldn't dink that one across. Point goes back to the Gophers.
I think they feel that presence of Melissa Nance in that front row. They know she's tall. They know she can block. I see the hitters changing the way that they were hitting from game one against Clinton Central.
Emily Shire with a nice swing. Tanya Olivas comes back in for Frankfort, and now Chloe Roberts back to serve. Olivas puts a pretty good charge into that one. Martin able to handle it. Gophers back on the attack, but Castillo into the net.
Not seeing a lot hit the ground on the Gopher side. Their defense is pretty sound. Some hitting errors are keeping Frankfort in the game, but the defense for the Gophers is very good.
Kylie Mash was ready to light that ball up and just misswung there.
Once again, that's that timing thing. You know, you're not used to this setter. You've never hit off of her before. And people don't realize, like, it's not just where the set is or how high it is. Different setters have speed, different speed of how the ball comes out of their hands.
Mash, that one not tipped, a little long. Frankfort now opening their largest lead. 11-8. We were talking earlier at the end of the previous game with Clinton Prairie and Rossville about Frankfort and them opening up their doors to all high school students and saying, you get in free to athletic events, we want to make this an event, we want to make this fun. And I was reminded that Clinton Central did something similar through the help of a sponsor. So they had a sponsor step in and pay for all student passes basically for the whole school year.
I love it. I wish all schools could do that.
Not sure which player got it, but Martin and Lane both there, and it ends up in a point. I think
it was outside the antenna, but it was a nice effort.
So Frankfort ends up with the point instead.
That would have been a heck of an angle. Nice dig.
Perry.
Nice
blocked
block.
at the lane by Lane, or blocked at the net by Lane. Martin trying to go get that one down on the floor. Yeah, Coach Martin going with no knee pads today either. I don't think she was ready to play. I would doubt that her shoulders even taped, to be honest.
It better be.
Good pass.
I don't know. Knee pads are kind of a thing you don't play with after high school. You just, here's the truth. You don't want to get on the floor because you're old. You don't want to get on the floor and need knee pads, so you just don't wear them.
Well, I don't think her competitive spirit's going to allow her to not get on the floor because we've seen it a few times today.
Nice hit by Tabby Malberg.
She'll earn the serve now for the Gophers. Trailing by 5 here in game number 1.
Nice dig.
Nice job, Macy, for getting that one out of the net. And the Mash couldn't quite get that one over the net. Another point for the Hot Dogs. Frankfort continues to build on this lead, 15-9 now.
Yeah, and it's pretty much been essentially all Clinton Prairie hitting errors, every single point. They've passed well, they've played great defense, but they just have not done a good job with their hitting percentage.
Timmons able to take advantage of that overpass. Lead now out to 7. Matthews on the serve. Another one of those hitting errors from the Gophers.
Might see a little fatigue be setting in here too.
You know another thing I think they should do for the alumni games? Lower the net by a foot.
That would make it fun. It's interesting though, most people, most adults who play in leagues are playing co-ed, so they're used to actually net being higher than this.
That was a great save from the Gophers and Mulvaney. But Frankfort able on the return to earn a point.
Frankfort stretched that lead to 9 points.
Doubled up the Gophers now here in game number 1. As we say that, we get a service error, gives the Gophers a point. That'll send Melissa Nance Chambers to the service line. Nice job finding an opening on the floor by Olivas. Substitution takes place as Perry comes out.
Nice spot. Oh, just wide. It was a good thought, though.
And I believe that this is Emily Michael, process of elimination with our roster, back at the service line here for Frankfort.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Getting a slight curveball they threw the broadcasters this year. There's no numbers on the jerseys. I think it threw a curveball at Kathy, too.
Guess a player. That's what this is. We're playing a game here. And we have a lot of sisters who look alike, so they've made it extra tough for us.
But thankfully, you and I have called enough volleyball games. You have coached in this area long enough that we've been able to
we know
kind
them
of
pretty
figure
well.
it out.
Yeah.
Emily Michael, a 2019 grad, registered nurse at IU Frankfort Emergency Department. Nice hammer at home there. Hannah Castillo. She's had some impressive hits today.
Yes, she has. She's, and she's not super tall, never was, but just super athletic and very competitive. One of those players I coached that she hated to lose probably as much as anybody I've ever coached.
That little dink over the net there, over the defenders. Once again, just smart play. Now 23-11, 2 points away from taking this game number 1. You said you thought Frankfort had the better offense, and we've seen that so far here in this one.
And we've seen that Prairie has the better defense, honestly. The thing is their hitting, they've just had so many hitting errors, they haven't even tested the Frankfort defense.
Game point. Can the Hot Dogs pull it off? Will the Gophers fight to keep this one going?
Nice rally here.
So far today, the team who's taken game 1 has been the team who has also taken game 2. And right now, that's the Frankfort Hot Dogs. They take this one 25-11. Get a 1-0 lead. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, what could be a final right here at Case Arena? You're watching the Clinton County Alumni volleyball game.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Game number 1 went to the Hot Dogs, 25-11. They beat the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Now a very important game number 2 here if the Gophers want to keep their hopes alive of winning their second Clinton County Alumni Championship.
I think it basically for the Gophers comes down to hitting errors. If they can decrease the hitting errors, keep the ball alive, their defense is fantastic. If they can just cut down on those hitting errors, quit shooting themselves in the foot, they could definitely take Frankfort to the end here.
I will say, as much fun as they've had, I did look down between games there, and Coach Martin had them in a huddle, and she was coaching, and I saw a lot of hot heads nodding yes. So I think they were diagnosing maybe some things that went wrong there in that first game and hoping to build on that.
Yeah, and when you coach, even when you play, it's hard to take the coach out of you, right?
Right.
You're analyzing everything all the time, and that's obviously what Coach Martin is doing.
Miss hit there from Mash, a little soft on the serve.
That was a nice aggressive serve. Had it been over, probably would have been an ace. Just need a little more on it.
Timmons. Left-handed serve, a little spinner there.
Nice hit by Mulvaney. I would say Prairie does struggle when they don't have Mulvaney actually on the front row. She's a good person to have on that pin, somebody you can go to, somebody who's really athletic, can get to balls that maybe aren't perfectly set, but they can keep them alive.
The ace there is Timmons earning back-to-back points here for Frankfort. We'll try to get you an update on the scoring from the auxiliary gymnasium as well. Let you know what's going on over there between Clinton Central and Rossville. Coach Martin hitting the deck once again.
She's like, I got that up and you hit it in the net? No way. Funny story about Coach Martin is I got her her freshman year, and she had never been a setter before. And she had terrible, ugly hands and was really not a good setter. But she had court awareness. She was a great leader, and I had nobody else. And I pulled her aside and I said, hey, you're going to be my setter. She said, have you seen me set? I said, I have. We can teach you to set. I can't make people leaders. I can't make people have volleyball IQ. That's, what yours is. And so we're going to teach you how to set. And it was an interesting first year. She and she still does it to this day because we, until, a couple years ago, still played as adults together. And she does this thing where she sets the ball, and if it's going to be a good set or not because you get sound effects.
Okay.
And so if it's a bad, it's going to be a bad set before you even see it because you could tell by her, ooh, sorry. And, she's been that way since her freshman year in high school, and it's never stopped.
So what you're telling me is we need to put a wireless mic on her next year, and then we'll just know whether or not they're going to score the points.
She would be a great person to have a wireless mic on.
White on the serve here for the Gophers. They trail by 2. Perry with a nice strong swing. And the overplay, and Matthews makes them pay. The whole Ewing family, usually here. The Ewing-Rushton family is what we should call it now, right? I know at one point in time last year we had Kia's son up here working the broadcast as he is with us today. We had her husband, police officer. He was off duty over there running line judge. He had father Brian Buzz Ewing down at the scores table sitting beside his wife Debbie, who was doing some scoring stuff.
She keeps them busy, right?
They just put the whole family to work.
That's right. She is not the only person working. She is bringing the whole family.
Kia's coaching. She's got her sister out there playing today. It's funny, I was having dinner at a restaurant here on Friday night in Frankfort, and I saw Coach Rushton walk in, and I said, Kia, we going to get to see you play on Sunday? And she said, not a chance. I said, you're listed on the active roster. She said, no, that's a misprint.
And then the opposite with Kathy, right, who said she is not playing, but she is. And Kia is a great player, too. I'd love to see her play. People don't realize how physical coaching is in volleyball. Both of those coaches are out there coaching, hitting balls at girls, serving at them. I mean, it is a very physical thing when you're coaching volleyball.
And the ironic thing today is we've seen Kia in a seated position all day. That is not the case when the high school season rolls around.
No, she's a stalker. She stalks that sideline.
As a matter of fact, she'll probably hate that I'm telling this story, but I learned that there were red and yellow cards in volleyball because Coach Rushton she didn't agree with some calls at Clinton Prairie a few years back and was forced to go sit down on the bench and couldn't stand up to coach anymore.
Correct.
She was a little spirited that night.
She might have earned herself a little extra card there that evening. And they aren't greeting cards.
I thought those were only for soccer. I did not realize that you could be penalized that way in volleyball as well.
You can. And see, here's the funny thing is back in the days of Connie Garrett and Linda Barnett, you would have known what those were because they got them all the time.
Yeah, every game.
And that's true. Somebody was in the net, I think.
Yep, girls talking it out there. They're getting a little help. They're making Lily's Rockhold's job easy from the chaired umpire position.
They just call their own.
One-point affair. Again, Frankfort took game number one if you're just tuning in. If they're able to get to 25 first in this one by 2, that will do it. Frankfort would be your Clinton County Alumni champions once again.
Nice hit by Kylie Mash there. This is about where we were in game 1 when Frankfort ran away with it, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Rossville leading Clinton Central. They're still in game number 1 from our auxiliary gym. 14-7 your score over there. Thank you for that update. Want to thank the crew again. Sometimes when you need answers, you do it the old-fashioned way.
Send somebody on foot.
I was thinking carrier pigeon. You write the little note.
That would be nice.
Tie it to the beak and let them fly over and send it back. And Emily Michael back at the service line here for Frankfort. That one into the net. So back and forth. Nobody really taking command of this game number 2 just yet.
Notice that Kathy Martin not serving anymore. Makes you wonder what that shoulder's feeling like.
Quick set opportunity there into the net. Brandon puts a good swing into that one. White sends one back across. Matthews gets to it. Now an opportunity here for the Gophers. And with Coach Martin off the floor, the setting duties that time kind of fell on Bella White's shoulders. Mash a little long there. That'll give Frankfort a 2-point lead, and this is what you said. This is kind of very eerily similar to game number 1.
It is. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Nice up.
Good job hitting the deck from Macy Matthews.
Just showed Bella White's athleticism right there. That very tight set. 2 people already on the floor. She just taps it over into a place where no one's at.
Sometimes you got to follow what Chubbs told Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in, right?
Just tap it
Different
in.
sport, but just give it a little tap, tap, tappy. Kylie Mash now back to the service line. Graduating in December from Purdue, coaching junior high at Clinton Prairie. Giving back to the volleyball after her time as a Gopher.
She is. They're excited to have her coaching at Prairie. That was a nice hit.
Kylie was definitely a fantastic athlete in her playing days. Her jumping ability always stood out to me.
Just a pure athlete. In all honesty, not the greatest form and timing, but so athletic and had such a great hang time on her hitting that she could go early and still smack the ball, So just that pure athleticism out of her.
Know her father Jeremy well. Her uncle Jamie was a fantastic running back in the day for the Gophers. One of her cousins, Greg Mash, CEO and president of the ISC Sports Network. Was a fantastic athlete back in the day, played football and played baseball collegiately at St. Joe's.
I think their whole family is just athletic, honestly.
Good point here. Team's kind of battling it out.
Oh, that's funny. Jennifer Brandon, I'll just hit it 3 times. It's fine.
She was showing off the reflexes there anyway. Anna Molberg Castillo on the serve. Her team trailing by 2.
Brandon with a redemption hit there.
Couple of blockers in position there for the Gophers, but couldn't keep it in play.
Yeah.
Lead back to 3. Emily Shire Cunningham now serving for the Hot Dogs.
Nice
That
hit
one
by Bella.
right through the fingertips of Cunningham. Bella hammered home the point for the Gophers, and now she'll head to the service line.
See Coach Martin come out. Melissa Nance Chambers back in.
Perry had a good idea, just couldn't keep it in bounds. There was an opening on the floor there in that vicinity. All knotted up at 16.
Nice hit.
Lane sends it across. Come the Hot
I
Dogs.
think it's outside the antenna maybe.
That's what they were asking for. They let him play on, and point goes to the Hot Dogs anyway. Timmons checks out. That'll bring Olivas back into the game. Martin back on the floor after a brief break. She'll handle those setting duties for the Gophers.
Nice try getting that out of the net. Not an easy thing to do.
Jade Mulvaney at the service line.
Now this is the rotation we saw Prairie struggle and Frankfort score multiple points in a row. Nice block by Melissa Nance.
Nance there, able to clean it up.
There are advantages to being over 6 foot tall.
Sure.
She didn't even look like she had to jump for that.
There's disadvantages too, especially in my household, because everyone's 5'2" besides me.
So you get everything off the top
Everything
shelf.
off the top shelf goes away. Now, I do have one taller daughter, but she has since moved out. She's getting married this month, as a matter of fact.
Congratulations.
And speaking of, she'll be getting married at a wonderful venue.
I had a kid married at that venue too. It is a wonderful venue for a wedding.
There you see it on the screen. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for probably 5 years in a row now. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
And they have lots of fun stuff. They could do hot air balloons and a mechanical bull and all kinds of really neat fun stuff.
We've got trolleys and horse-drawn carriages and a motorized carriage.
Lots of neat add-ons.
That one just drops in.
Great serve.
It's a crucial point here in game number 2. Frankfort trying to close the door, get out of here with a alumni championship, not have to expend any more energy. I bet you that there are going to be some alumnus sleeping really well tonight.
Yes, or taking a lot of ibuprofen. One of the two, right?
Maybe a mixture of
or
both.
both.
Hot bath, cold bath is probably in the future for quite a few. And some ice, some tape.
I might send a text to several of my friends out here and say, the hot tub is open. Come on over.
I will say this as a husband. Husbands of these players, if you want to earn some brownie points tonight, take on any remaining laundry duties. Make dinner. do something nice for your lady today. They've been playing really hard out here on the floor.
They have. Let them take a break.
And if you do all those things already, well, then good for you.
And do you need another wife? I don't know.
22-19. Is Emily Michael back serving, just 3 points away now from a championship.
Nice pass. Good block.
Yeah.
All right, I have to say, Kathy Martin looked like a youngster right there. Did you see her jump up, one hand set that out of the net?
I did, but I also saw her crash to the floor and take a minute to get up.
I don't blame her. She deserves it. That was amazing. You can't even see many high school players that can do that.
This has been a great tournament here as the Gophers get that point. Again, 4th year in a row.
Yeah, Coach Martin played at St. Joe, which is the same place that I played volleyball under the same coach. And it was, I missed that St. Joe isn't there anymore. A lot of good kids from this county went up and played sports in that school. So,
that was one of the first colleges that ISC got our foot in the door. We covered quite a few Puma sports.
Kathy and I went to, they still have like a Hall of Fame, and they put Coach Linda Deno in the Hall of Fame. And Kathy and I went up to Fair Oaks for her induction and celebration. It was really nice to see her. She's an amazing woman. Her and her family do a lot of great work in their community up there, a lot of charitable things, and just a great family, great coach. We were both blessed to be coached by her at the collegiate level.
That ball going to take a minute to retrieve as Kylie Mash absolutely opened a can on that one.
Like you said, this could be going around the Case Arena. There it is.
24-21, match point on the line.
No service error here.
Mash gets the floater across. Brandon.
Nice block.
Could not bring it home as Hannah Castillo there. Again, you said it earlier, not the tallest player on the floor, but just sneaky athletic.
Yeah, super athletic, super aggressive. She wants to win probably as much as anybody out there. I can guarantee it.
24-22. Mulvaney.
Nice.
That one was tipped by Michael in the back row.
Prairie just chipping away at that lead. Now 24-23, Hot Dogs lead.
Kia's going to stand up, take a timeout here, and talk it over with her Hot Dog alumni.
I think this is the first time Kia's had to stand up all day, right? Because the Hot Dogs have been pretty dominant. So this is the first time they forced her to get out of her chair. So that's a good sign for the Hot Dogs.
We've talked about Kia over the years, and I feel like she is a very good coach here in the county, and one of those that we've seen her put in some of her best coaching performances in years where it might have been a down year for the program, but man, they played really hard and responded to what she was trying to get them to do.
Yeah, really. I mean, she has had, I believe as the year before last, you and I talked constantly about how that team really played well beyond expectations. She does a great job of getting the best out of her players.
That one not touched and wide. We are all knotted up at 24. Got to win by 2, I'm sure.
Yeah. The nice thing about Kia is I think she does a good job of getting role players to step up into their role. She has some stars. She has Rockhold. She has Jaden Smith as a setter, but getting those other players that are in roles to step up and do their job is what she's really, really good at.
Mulvaney, dug by Michael. You can hear the crowd getting into this one, too, now that we're all tied up at 24.
It's exciting.
Reset. Here come the Gophers. fires, and it falls in, 25-24.
The net was her friend.
Clinton Prairie trying to do everything they can to force a game number 3. I think much to the chagrin of every player on the floor, even the Governors.
Like,
they want to win, but
they want to win, but that means they have to play again. Means another ice pack, right?
I'll say what my old coach growing up always told me. It all stops hurting when the pain goes away.
That's very true. And it doesn't hurt as bad when you win. That's true also.
That one was in. Game winner. Clinton Prairie forces a game number 3. Wow, we got a championship match here. Don't turn that dial just yet. We'll take another quick break. When we come back. The final game from this championship match here from the Clinton County Alumni Tournament.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Championship game of the Clinton County Alumni Tournament, and we are all knotted up at 1 apiece. The Clinton Prairie Gophers, 26-24. With a comeback victory there in game number 2, they force a game number 3. Good battle here for the first point.
Look at the defense from the Hot Dogs. That's amazing.
Block at the net by Perry, and Frankfort earns the first point. Well, partner, I guess it's only fitting. I'm a Frankfort alumnus. You're a Gopher alumnus, and they're playing for a championship here today.
We're even sitting on the right sides of the court. I mean, we've got this all planned out. That was amazing defense by the Frankfort Hot Dogs right there.
This Chloe Roberts serving for the Hot Dogs. Chloe, a 2020 graduate, she finished her senior year under that COVID year, which was just so weird on so many fronts.
Yeah.
Now a Clinton County dispatcher.
Nice job by Mash to take that over on the second hit.
I would say these two teams look pretty well loosened up at this point. They are getting after each other.
Nice hit by Castilla. She's been really the X factor for Clinton Prairie, I feel like, today.
Yeah, Hannah's played really well. Mash with a low-profile bullet serve that time.
Good decision by Bella to take that over on the second hit. Little miscommunication there. Surprised there hasn't been more, right? Because these girls are not used to playing with each other. They've never practiced together. So the fact that we've had very few of those little miscommunications is amazing.
Yeah, it honestly feels like, especially from Frankfort's side, that this team's practiced for the last week or two.
Yeah,
Just
it
got
looks
together and
seamless.
said,
They
"Let's
really
go."
do. I mean, they're running short sets, crosses. I mean, it's pretty impressive, honestly. Ooh, she did get that one to squeeze over, didn't she?
Martin with the set, goes to White. Tanya running all over the floor. She took the first return there, got the pass to Matthews, and then took the kill opportunity.
Well worth it, obviously. Nice hit by Mulvaney.
Jade earning a point. We're getting an update from the auxiliary gym again. 15-12, Rossville leading Clinton Central. That one finds its way inbounds there towards the back row. A nice left-handed swing from Timmons. For some of our teams this year, we'll see some new faces. We talked about Frankfort. They're returning a lot that will come back and be on that same squad.
Yeah, they are returning really the core strength of their lineup. I expect huge things out of the Hot Dogs this year.
Looking ahead to your Gophers, what can you tell me about them in this upcoming season? Because I know, as an example, Abby Swan has graduated, and she was relied on heavily the last couple of years.
I think they're young. I think that she does have some athletic players, but they're going to be young. I think they're probably going to take their licks early. And it'll be interesting to see how those, role players step up. Leadership, I think, could be an issue, like having, when they've had Abby Swan for several years, that very good core leader, that's hard to replace.
I know looking over again at Clinton Central and Coach Simmons and her squad, it feels like they're starting to build some momentum and the program's starting to take shape there. Look for them to have a big season. And then really hats off to Lexi Shriver. I know she got married and her last name changed.
Yeah.
But Lexi kind of stepped in in an interim role out of nowhere, led them to a pretty strong finish, and then came in her first full year last year and led them to sectional championship. So
yeah,
the future looks very bright for Clinton County volleyball. I know the football programs have all been working out, obviously, this fall, ready to get out and hit somebody other than their own teammates in practice.
Yes.
Some scrimmages coming up here pretty soon for the teams.
It'll be interesting to see, several of our football teams struggled last year, but they have a lot of returning players. Clinton Prairie had a pretty good season last year, but they lost a lot of players, so it'll be interesting to see how football shakes out too.
Now for the Hot Dogs, it's brand new coaching staff, brand new philosophies. They've been out there working every day, and thankfully to Scott Blessing and others who've gone out and kind of chronicled this, we've gotten to see some footage on social media, some hype videos being built, and it gets you excited about the sport and what the kids are out there doing, practicing at night under the lights, having fun. That hit was a little strong.
Yeah, and they really need that. It's been discouraging year after year for hot dog football, so to see some hype about it, some excitement, I think is a good thing. And the free tickets for the students, I think getting students out there on Friday night lights and getting people excited about hot dog football again will be a positive.
You'll be able to see a lot of basically all of the Frankfort home games. I think we may see them on a road a couple of times with our coverage as well. You will see a lot of Clinton Prairie home football games, and then handful of games from Clinton Central this fall. Rossville obviously does not have a football program, so it'll just be volleyball for their coverage.
Nice block by Nance.
Something else that was enacted here last year, it was the inaugural year for IHSAA boys volleyball. So I'm interested to see if the schools in our area start to jump on the.
Yeah, I'd love that. When I coached club, I coached a boys team once, and that was a different experience, but it was really enjoyable. Had a couple of those players go on and play in college. Nice hit by Melissa Nance. Melissa Nance, as you said, the elder statesman out there, tearing them up right now. 3 straight points thanks to Melissa.
She's trying to lead these Gophers to a championship here today. And for Frankfort, they've got to kind of be thinking what's happened here, right? We had a 23 to 19 or 20. It was somewhere in there. They had a 3-point lead.
Yeah.
And ended up losing that game, and now Clinton Prairie on top of them here.
Yep, on a little roll here, up by 3. And we don't know what rules they're playing here, if they're playing tournament rules or what they're playing. Since this is alumni tourney, they can kind of do what they want. So we don't know if there's a point cap on this third game or not. Because if it was like the last one, which went down to the wire, that could come into effect.
Also, not sure if this is going to be played to 25 or 15.
Yeah.
And we'll find out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Usually a deciding.
Nice up by Mulvaney.
Yeah, I love the effort. Usually in a deciding match, they play it to 15. It's first to 15. Is that correct?
It depends, tournament or not. So, yeah. That was a great rally by both teams. That was fun to watch. Some good defense on both sides of the ball.
Jennifer Brandon comes back in for Frankfort. This will be Emily Cunningham, excuse me.
Yeah.
Dental assistant at Kinsler Dentistry here in town.
You know, Frankfort's really played better defense in this match, but they really didn't have to play defense much before, so it's been interesting to see. But they've been really scrappy, not too much hitting the floor.
4-point lead now for the Gophers. Brandon.
Nice
Mulvaney
hit.
tried to dig that out, but couldn't keep it in play. That'll stop the run from the Gophers momentarily, and this will send Chloe Roberts back to the service line. She's had a strong day from there. Mash too strong. Back to a 2-point game.
Nice pass to start the offense.
Nice job by Hannah Castillo. And she's come up big in key moments for the Gophers today. You kind of touched on that earlier.
Yeah,
played
she
really
has. I'm telling you, it's that competitive spirit of hers. Nice dig by Melissa Nance. The elder statesman on the floor.
And instead of helping her get up, everybody's patting on her as she's trying to get up.
Give her a hard time there. Nothing like hitting a lady when she's down, right?
14-10. Matthews on the tip.
Nice tip.
Now Macy will head to the service line. Frankfort trying to fight their way back into this one. They trail by 3. Lane will send it across. Now a free opportunity here for the Hot Dogs.
Nice block
Blocked by
White.
White. And it looks like they're playing to 15. So the Clinton Prairie Gophers, after dropping game number 1, 25-11, they come roaring back. They win 26-24 and 15-11. to claim the Clinton County Tournament Championship. I guess hats off to you, partner. Your alma mater got her done today.
They did. I'm going to have to live with Kathy's ego all week long, but both teams did a fantastic job.
Again, these teams, we're going to see a lot of their actual regular high school seasons coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Excited for that. Lori, you'll be joining me on a bunch of those broadcasts. But again, recap the day for me today. How fun was this?
Yeah, this was a great time, and it's always nice to see the alumni come out. I think it also builds support for the current season for these teams, gets people interested again in their high school teams, and I think all 4 teams did a great job. I love that they have enough players to come out here and do this, all of them playing at a really, really high level, and when you do that, it's a good time.
We saw great volleyball. For the most part, it looked like we got through injury-free. We'll see how the bumps and bruises fare. No final score over there from the auxiliary gym just yet, but your final in this one, again, the Gophers take 2-1. They defeat Frankfort. They are your 2025 Clinton County Alumni Champions. For everyone behind the scenes here on Hot Dog TV, for Laura Archibald, I'm Sean Walker. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure you head over to iscsportsnetwork.com and check out our full upcoming schedule for games headed your way in just a few weeks. Signing off from Case Arena, you've been watching volleyball here on the ISC Sports Network.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give